Hey everyone, today we're going to be checking out the updated edition of the Vertx Gamut Pack. And the Gamut Pack has been a popular EDC option in the carry community for a number of years now, as it offers some of the organizational options and the modular ecosystem that you often find in more tactical bags with a more subdued appearance. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about what it's been like to use this over the past couple of weeks. I'll show you how I've loaded it out, walk through all the features, and I'll also talk about how it compares to some of the other similar bags that are currently on the market. Before jumping into the video, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Danny, and on this channel, we love reviewing popular travel and everyday carry gear. If you like these types of videos and you'd be interested in seeing more, please consider subscribing, as it helps the channel out a lot. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and jump in. Starting off with the overall aesthetic, to me the bag strikes a pretty good balance of offering a more subdued appearance while providing some of the functionality that you would expect to find in a more tactical EDC option. So it's not maybe the most modern or sleek looking bag. Reminds me a little bit of something like an Osprey backpack, but it doesn't have any webbing along the exterior like you might find on some of those more tactical bags. It feels like something that's gonna blend in well to a lot of different environments. It's gonna be good for just exploring a city, traveling. As far as the materials, the bag feels really solidly built. This exterior material isn't listed on the company's site. To me, it looks and feels kind of like a ripstop nylon, so it's something that's gonna offer a nice amount of durability and weather resistance. Beyond that, you just have really solid components all throughout the rest of the bag, including some very smooth working YKK zippers. Continuing along the exterior, I was happy to see that there's no overt branding on the front of the bag. And then at the top, you have a pretty nice carrying handle. Good amount of distance here. It's a little thin, not super padded, but the material feels durable. Then you also have the ability to kind of pick the bag up from the front as well. And on the sides, you have a couple of attachment points that might be good to pair with a carabiner if you want to clip on a hero clip or hand sanitizer or something like that. The last thing I'll call out while we're talking about the exterior is that the bag doesn't stand up too consistently on its own due to the shape of the bottom. When I've placed it down, it has a tendency to lean forward, so I find myself leaning it against the wall or the chair when I want to, access the pockets. Moving into the capacity, the bag is listed at about 25 liters, which to me is a really versatile size. This is a pretty generous 25 liters that feels slightly larger than some of the other similarly sized bags that I've tried out. So it's definitely able to handle all the items that I normally like to carry with me. It still feels like there's some leftover space. When it's packed out, the silhouette of the bag does feel a little bit on the tall and larger side, but it also has a fairly slim profile. So even when it's a little bit more packed out, it doesn't feel overwhelmingly bulky, and is something that I would be comfortable using in a variety of environments and also carrying onto domestic and international airlines. I would say that this might be a little bit large as a personal item on some of the stricter airlines. Continuing with the harness system, so far the bag has been really comfortable to wear. I like how the straps have been implemented here. They have a nice amount of padding, and on the inside they have a breathable mesh to help prevent moisture from building up. The straps also have a good width to help prevent the bag from digging into your shoulders when it's a little bit more packed out. You also have a sternum strap here that you can adjust or remove, and a couple of attachment points that you can use to maybe hang your sunglasses, clip on additional accessories, a light. You have quick release buckles at the bottom. And so these will be great for, maybe securing this next to a chair, a table, or to just not have to adjust the straps when you want to take the bag off quickly. You have some good strap management as well. They have these loops so you can roll everything up and prevent it from looking quite as messy. Moving into the back paneling, this has also felt pretty comfortable. The style is a little different than the padding that we saw on the straps. I kind of prefer that style with the breathable mesh. It's also a little bit softer. This one here is more rigid, so it does feel like it's going to provide a nice amount of support. It's well distributed, and you also have this patterning here that does feel like it'll help provide some ventilation, but I still would have preferred to maybe just see something similar to what was on the straps. You also have a removable waist strap here at the bottom that is going to help stabilize the pack. I normally prefer just not to use these, so I do like that I could take it off for when I'm not going to use it. And you have a slot here on the back that will allow you to rest this on your suitcase while traveling to save some weight on your back. Jumping into the organizational options, the bag offers a nice variety of built-in pockets all throughout, and also the ability to customize the layout based on your needs. And so at the top, you have a great quick access pocket that offers a good amount of space for the types of things that I'm grabbing most regularly. So this can hold a pair of sunglasses. I also have a charging cable in here, my AirPods, and a headlamp. All of that fit in there comfortably. You also have an attachment point here that you can use to pair with, a carabiner or something like that, a little lanyard. And so I really like the space and the layout offered here. On the sides, you have a couple of zippered pockets. One of them can handle a water bottle. And so I like that it's actually a zippered pocket for the added flexibility of being able to store something like tech accessories or pouches. Here I have my USB-C hub with its charging cables, but with the amount of space that's offered here, it would easily be able to handle my 20-ounce water bottle. It fits in there comfortably. I like that it has this sort of elastic gusset here, so you can leave the pocket open and just use it like a regular water bottle holder, but you can also zip it up if you prefer to just kind of have a more streamlined appearance and keep things a little bit more secure. So I like the flexibility that's provided there and how easy it is to still get to your water bottle if you need to. You also have a little bungee cord here to tighten it up if you're gonna leave it open and just use it as a bottle holder. On the other side, you have a zippered pocket with a similar height. This one has some internal organization. And so on the lid, you have this nice kind of mesh zippered pocket. I'm just using this to store my mouse at the moment, but you can hold a variety of things there. And then you have a slip pocket on the back where I have a portable battery. And in front of that, you have a couple of smaller slots for EDC items like flashlights, pens, stylus. And moving into this front section, you have a panel that you can actually pull down, and then this brings up some additional space. So I actually just have an alpaca admin pouch resting here, and then my Peak Design packable tote. But on the back, you have laser cut MOLLE webbing that you can use to clip on pocket knives, multi-tools, flashlights, and this also has hook and loop backing. And so this is where you can start to customize the bag based on how you want to use it. So there's a bunch of different compatible accessories that Vertx has in their lineup. This is one of the sections where you can just kind of adapt it. You can add, different pockets and slots and things and tear them off. And so I think that that's always really cool, particularly if you like to have a little bit more control over how you set things up. On the flap, you also have these G hooks and straps that you can pair with the attachment points on the side to give you a little bit more flexibility with how you can use this section if you need it. On the back of the bag, you have another zippered compartment. This section is lockable and has been designed for off-body carry. And so you do have this larger tab to make it quick and easy to open this up. You can actually move this to another section of the bag if you prefer to. And this does open up fully clamshell, and it's completely lined for a lot of adaptability. Again, with the accessories that Vertx provides, there are other companies that also make hook and loop compatible accessories that you can, add here, customize it so that you can reach your gear in the way that's going to be best for you. You can organize it. There's also a slot here that you can pair with some of the body armor inserts that Vertx sells, so you can slide it in. So really nice to have this extra section. And I believe that with the updated edition, there has been a little bit more depth added to this compartment to just make it easier to store the types of items that you need to. The last area that we're going to be taking a look at is the main compartment. This one also has a lockable zipper, and you can either open this up a little bit so that you can use this as a top loader. And here near the top, you have some additional organization, a couple of bungee cords, and hook and loop backing here, some slots. So you can attach additional gear. I didn't really end up using this as I prefer to have most of my stuff in pouches. I like that you also have the functionality that allows you to just leave that a little bit open. You have this tab that hangs out on the outside, and then you can really rip this compartment because of these smooth working zippers if you want to have full access a little bit more easily. But you can reach in from the top, or you can use this as a clamshell style bag, which is really nice. And so again, plenty of space here, especially with this simpler layout in this main section. At the moment, I have my headphones. I have a couple of the pouches that I normally have, tech pouches from Evergoods, Lockbee, a packable rain jacket, and then Civic Access pouch, 1 liter and half liter. All of that fits in very comfortably, and with the compartment empty, you can get a better look at the inside. With the amount of space that's offered here, this would definitely work for minimal travel. If I wanted to toss in a packing cube, my toiletry bag, and extra pair of shoes, I could easily use it for a longer weekend trip. And on the back, you have a padded laptop sleeve. And I like that this is pulled up off the bottom of the ground, and it offers a good amount of padding. This feels a little bit more rigid. You have hook and loop backing here on this section, so you can, again, continue to customize it if you want to. And this is interesting because you can actually really adjust this laptop sleeve in the ways that you need to. So you have a Velcro strap here that you can adjust depending on the height and size of your laptop. Same for the sides if you need to. And so you really kind of have a nice amount of flexibility that you don't always see with laptop compartments. And this can definitely handle my 14-inch MacBook Pro. Even something a little bit larger, 15 or 16 inches, should work comfortably. Very easy to get to my device when I need to. And now with the compartment empty, you can get a better look at the inside. More hook and loop backing. It feels like you can just completely remove this if you don't carry a laptop or you don't want to use it. And so that could be a nice bonus if you're somebody who prefers to have that space for something else. And you could also use this to store a hydration bladder. You have this little strap here, as well as some pass-throughs to allow you to pass the hydration bladder through if you need to. You have one on both sides, so regardless of which way works best for you. Again, lots of different ways to customize the bag to meet your needs. And on the lid, you have some additional hook and loop backing here for extra things that you might want to attach. You have a zippered pocket that's going to offer a nice amount of space, and a little lanyard with a clip so that smaller items don't get kind of lost in the bottom. And I already talked about this section earlier in the bag. So, you know, the Gamut continues to offer lots of flexibility, plenty of space. And, you know, if you're looking for an everyday carry pack that's not going to be overtly tactical, but still provide you lots of different ways to set up and easily access your stuff, and that's going to be a really cool option to take a look at. And so to wrap up, it's been a great experience testing out the updated edition of the Vertx Gamut Pack over the past couple of weeks. You can currently purchase this on the company's site. It's going to come in at around $240, so definitely an investment. You are, however, getting something that's really solidly built. It's going to offer a nice feature set, and it's going to compare well against some of the other similar bags in this price range. And so as I was testing this out, the first bag this made me think of is the Vertx Siege Pack, which had a little bit more of a tactical vibe. It had the laser cut MOLLE on the front, compression straps. I liked that it had the dual external water bottle pockets. Very comfortable harness system on that one. It came in at about 25 liters, so really versatile size. And then I really like the simpler layout that it offered. It still had a padded laptop sleeve in the main area, some good quick access pockets. And so if you're looking for something with Vertx's style and build quality that's gonna offer a little bit more of that tactical look, then that's gonna be a great option to take a look at. Another bag this made me think of is the VanQuest Addicts 25-liter backpack. That one has a pretty subdued aesthetic. It looks kind of like a modern tech bag, but it has a nice organizational layout. You have hook and loop lining that will allow you to configure it with a variety of accessories. You have a dedicated, well-padded and suspended laptop compartment, quick access pockets, a comfortable harness system. The 25-liter capacity offers a nice amount of flexibility, and so, you know, just a really solid kind of all-purpose bag. And if you're looking for something that has EDC capabilities, but that's gonna have a more subdued and modern aesthetic, and that's gonna be a great one to keep in mind. And then the last option that I'll mention here, if you have a little bit of a tighter budget, is the 511 Rush 12, which has been a popular EDC option for a long time now. Really solid build quality. That one has a pretty tactical vibe, so lots of MOLLE webbing on the exterior. The 24-liter capacity works really well for all sorts of situations. It has a clamshell style opening, good organizational pockets, a padded laptop sleeve in the main area. And so, you know, it's just a great all-purpose bag, and if you're looking for something rugged that's gonna offer a nice size, and that's gonna be an excellent option to consider. With that being said, the Vertx Gamut Pack holds up very well against all those options, and I can definitely see why this has continued to be a popular EDC option. And if you're looking for a rugged, spacious bag that's gonna offer plenty of comfort and organization for all of your stuff, and this is gonna be a great option to take a look at. And I'm definitely curious to hear what you all think of the updated edition of the Gamut Pack and how it compares to some of the other popular EDC bags that are currently on the market. And if there's any similar options that you think that I should check out, as always, please let me know in the comments. And I want to thank Vertx for sending the bag for me to test out, and to you guys for watching and supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like, and if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any upcoming videos, and we'll see you in the next one.